starting sitting on your ball, and just you're all getting pretty good at getting on and moving around and just getting comfortable with where the centre of balance is. So let's just pull the ball forwards and backwards. So just loosen up that lower back to start with. So push it right back. So I'm keeping my waist to the top of my head still. Pulling forwards and back. I'm just really moving that pelvis onto my front bottom, onto my tailbone, onto my front bottom, onto my tailbone. And keep moving that. Keep moving that forwards and back. Forwards and back. And then come down to the middle position. And then let's go side to side. Left and right. And really work into that hip joint. So push it hard down one side, hard down the other. Hard down one side, hard down the other. Sarah's just joined us with her Christmas decorations. Fabulous. One side and then the other. And then make that movement smaller and smaller till you come to the middle. And then let's do a circle. Big circle to the left. All the way around the back, round to the side, and focus on the kind of, if you think of a clock face of 12, 9, 6 and 3, focus on the 10, 7, 2 and 4, because the corners are where we tend not to be quite so good, and then go the other way. So you've got a good circle going on with your waist. We tend to be good at straight forwards and straight back and straight sideways, but not so much at those diagonals. Okay, make that movement smaller and smaller, and then find the middle position and just bounce. And just focus on your center. Roll those shoulders back, bring that head to the ceiling, and imagine you've got a stake going straight through the middle of your head, down your spine, and out through the middle, out through your bottom, through your middle. The middle of your pelvis, straight down through the floor, anchoring you. So we're nice and tall on that stick. Bring that bounce smaller and smaller. Take the right hand onto the left leg, left hand behind, and rotate on that stake. So we turn round to the left, but we've swiveled, staying in column. And then come back to center and turn around to the right. Same thing, staying in column, reaching up tall with the top of your head, pulling those shoulders back, and then back to center and around to the left again. And really push off that hand behind you to stay up tall, drawing in your core. And then back to center and then round the other way. Pushing up tall and turning. And then back to center, and then rolling those shoulders. And then let's slide that right foot out away from us, turn our chest over so our breastbone is pointing to our knee and leaning down towards that foot. Push the ball behind, away a bit behind, just a little bit, as you reach down towards this foot. Point that toe, and then flex that foot. Might need your fingers on the floor. Point that toe, and flex that foot, trying to get the tummy button onto the thigh. Point the toe. Check the alignment that the middle of your foot is in line with your ankle, in line with your knee. Pull your toes up. Rest that foot on the floor and walk your hands towards the left and roll the ball to the right. Stretching that lower back and that inner thigh. And then rotate your hands over your leg and pass to the right and walk the ball to the left. And then let's swivel round to the right again. So we get the stretch, and then let's go around to the left. So we get a bit of a moving stretch. Good. And around to the right once more. And the left. And then center. Put your hands on the floor in the middle. Bend that knee up and slide both legs out so we get a bit of an inner thigh stretch. So we're reaching to the floor, lengthening the head from the tailbone. If I bend my left leg a little bit, I get the stretch in that inner thigh on the right side. So keeping with that right leg. Keeping with that right leg. I can roll the ball a bit forwards and backwards and change that stretch. I'm going to bend the right leg now and feel the stretch in the left leg. Bending. And just rocking the ball a little bit forwards and backwards. And then reaching, pushing my hands back so I sit back onto the ball. Straightening that left leg. Taking my hands down to the floor, breastbone straight towards that foot. And I can flex the foot. And I can point that toe. Flex that foot. And point that toe. Flex that foot. Point that toe. Swivel my hands to the left. And then roll around to the right. And then swivel my hands to the left and roll the ball a little bit to the right. And then rolling over to the right. And one more, just gently bring the ball to the right, hands left. And then stop back facing the foot. And walk your hands back up your legs and bend that knee. Sitting back on top of the ball. So turning onto the turning onto the right hand side. Stretching that hip flexor. Resting my hand on the back of the ball, my right hand. And feeling the stretch in the front of this hip. So I'm sitting kind of side saddle on the ball. So tucking my bum under, so I bring my pubic bone forward. I feel the stretch in the front of this hip. And I imagine I'm pulling this knee forwards into the ball, so I'm tensing the front of this leg a bit. Roll those shoulders back, reaching up tall with my head, and then take this left arm up into the sky and push that left arm all the way up and over and reach. Pushing up and reaching. Stretching into that hip, releasing that tension and allowing that hip to stretch. Reaching up and over with my arm and then release that and bring it back down. Come back down to centre. Turn around to the left hand side. Sitting side saddle. So tucking my hip and pubic bone forward a bit, feel the stretch in the front of this leg. And just pull that knee forward as if I'm trying to push it into the ball, bring it forward towards the front leg. Just tensing the front of this hip. Reaching the shoulders up, reaching the chest up, staying nice and tall, drawing in that core. Roll those shoulders back, take that right arm up into the air, release the tension with the left arm, and push that right arm up and allow yourself to stretch. You can roll forward a little, leaving that foot behind and take the leg a bit further out of the pelvis, pushing with that right arm. Reaching, stretching through that hip. And then releasing. And then come back to centre, sitting nice and tall. And we're going to walk our feet forward and lay ourselves backwards onto the ball. So lying backwards on the ball, I've got my head resting on the ball. And I've got my bum drop down the back of it. And I'm just letting the knees bend and straighten a bit as I just let the ball rock forwards towards my feet and then away from my feet a bit. I get a bit used to having my head down. Just rest that head on the ball, rest that bum on the ball and let that back stretch. Let the traction come in your neck as your head hangs. And you can just, with the ball under the middle of your back, you can just rock your head a little bit left, a little bit right, and just feel that traction gapping those vertebrae. Feel that jaw loosen. And then rounding those shoulders back and into the ball, take those hands out wide and lower those hands, let them hang down to the floor. Opening them out wide, letting them hang. Letting them hang and rocking forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Letting those rock, rock, rock. Good. Let those hands just swing. And then we're going to hold those arms up and we're just going to slide the ball over to the left. Slide the ball to the right. A little bit left, a little bit right. The bum's still hanging down around the ball. Okay, bring your hands back onto your hips. Breathing in with your, and rolling your shoulders back into the ball, clenching the bum and lift those hips up. So we've got that. Head and shoulders on the ball and the hips are lifted. And then lower those hips and round that back around the ball. Breathing in, curl that back up, clenching those hips, lifting, trying to get them as high as the knees. And then rolling back down. And then breathing out and squeezing and lifting. So I'm lifting as much of my back as I need to off the ball to get my hips high. So Anki, keep your head and shoulders on the ball a bit more. And have your hips off so that my back and my hips are off. And then I roll down again, let the bum hang. And then I squeeze and I lift those hips up high. So it's a glute exercise, that's it. And then ease and lower down. And then squeeze and lift up high. Holding up high. And then ease and lower back down. And clench and curl and lift. Holding yourself here. Take those arms out wide now. Feet hip distance apart. And you can just move yourself. You might need to move your feet away so they're under your knees. Arms are out wide like a scarecrow, and we're just going to glide the ball over under the left shoulder. So we take the hands away to the right. And then we're going to glide over and take the ball under the right shoulder. The weight comes through my left foot and it's in my right shoulder. And I glide back and take the ball under my left shoulder. The weight comes into my right foot. And I go over and glide and take the ball under my right shoulder. Come back to center. Put your hands on your hips. Keeping those hips up high. Lift that left heel up. Pushing the toe into the ground. And ease. And lift that right heel up. And ease. And lift that left heel up. And ease. And lift that right heel up. And ease. Lift that left heel up. And then lifting that whole left foot up. And put that left foot down. And lift that right heel up. And lift that whole right foot up. And put that down. And lift that left heel up. And lift that left foot up. And down. And lift that right heel up. And lift that whole right foot up. And down. Take those hands out wide. So they're more like a scarecrow. Lifting the glutes up. Now glide over towards the left shoulder a bit. Weights in the right foot. Now lift that left leg up with the weight under the right shoulder, left shoulder. Right foot's got the pressure. Put that foot back down. And now glide over the other side. Weights under the right shoulder more, the ball. Pushing through my left heel. And I lift that right foot up. And I put that down. And I gliding over to the balls under my left shoulder, pushing through my right heel. Lift that left foot up. So you're using your glutes and your shoulder. Glide over to the ball under the right and lift that left foot up. Right foot up, right foot. And rest down. Come back to center, put your hands on your hips, lower those hips down and wrap the back around the ball, and then clench and lift up. Ease and lower that down, and then clench and lift up. Arms out like a scarecrow again, holding strong. Bring those hands straight up above your face. Palms of the hands together. And we're going to lower those hands over to the right hand side. And come onto the left shoulder. Right shoulder rather. Sorry, I've gone the wrong way around. Arms up to the sky, over the other way. And come onto the other shoulder. Arms up. Over the other way. And back to center. And then over to the left, onto the left shoulder. And back to center. 2 more each way. Down, trying to get those hands to horizontal. And then coming up. And then down. And up. Good. 1 more each side. Over. And back. And over. And back. Arms out like a scarecrow. And glide to the right. Glide to the left. Glide to the right. Lift that left foot up. Put it down. Glide to the left. Lift that right foot up. Put it down. Glide to the right. Lift that left foot up. And down. Glide to the left. And lift that right foot up. And put it down. Bring those arms straight up, palms together above your face. And then reach those hands straight over your head. Reaching them straight over your head. And then straightening the legs as much as you can. Reaching that whole body and stretching. Straighten the legs, arms over your head, touching the floor. Let that back relax, let that neck relax. Breathing in, feel the fascia in the stomach stretch. And breathing out and lengthen. Breathing in and stretch. Breathing out and lengthen. Drawing those knees back in. Chin into the chest. And walk your feet towards the ball and slowly sit yourself up. Slowly sit yourself up. Just mind that lightheadedness from being upside down. Right, walk your ball towards a wall of some description. Walk your feet towards a wall or a sofa or something, so you've got your feet resting on something. Against something, you can grip under it if you need to. But yeah, you just need to be able to lean on it. So I'm sitting at about 2 o'clock on the ball, and I've got my feet touching a sofa thing here. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Get into that neutral spine position, pelvis is down. So we're wedging into the side of our ball. Roll those shoulders back. Take those arms up to horizontal. Now collapse that pelvis and rolling back. I'm going to have to pull the ball a bit towards my feet as I go down to flat so I don't fall off the back of it. My hands are still pointing to my knees, chin into the chest. Roll and sit yourself up. Collapse that back, roll down to flat. And then rolling and sitting yourself back up. And then collapse back down to flat. Take those arms up vertical. Push those arms up into the sky as you sit up. Good. Bring yourself back down to flat. Arms are pointing up into the sky. Push yourself up as you sit up vertical. Lower yourself back down. Push yourself up and sit up vertical. Lower yourself down to flat. Take those arms straight over your head. Bring those arms straight up above you. Draw your core in, stay horizontal. Take those arms straight over your head and bring those arms up straight back to vertical. Take those arms over, strong with the neck, bring those arms back up, and sitting back up, pushing your fingers up to the sky. Pushing your fingers back up to the sky, stay up tall. Okay, bring those arms back to horizontal. Breathing in, and we're going to curl around the ball this time, curling. Bring the ball towards your feet, curl around and let your head hang and touch the back of the head on the ball. Breathing in, you're going to bring your chin into your chest, curling through your spine, all the way back up. So before we went down to horizontal and stayed there and held, now we are going to ease the body down and roll and open the chest all the way around the back of the ball. So we're stretching those tummy muscles, then we breathe in from the head, curl ourselves all the way back up to sitting. At the top, make sure you're straight. Make sure you come into neutral spine, pubic bone straight down. Curling down, all the way around, head round, open those shoulders. Take those arms over your head if you want. Bring the ball towards the wall as you do that so you don't fall off it. Bring those arms up to the sky, chin into the chest, and roll yourself all the way up. Push that middle bottom down to the floor. Roll those shoulders back, pull the head up, eyes horizontal, curling all the way back down again. Opening up all the way over the ball, take those arms all the way over the head. Reaching, stretch that tummy, breathing in, pull the shoulders down the back, hands up to the sky, curl yourself up. Keep your arms horizontal, breathing in on the out breath, curling all the way down. Opening, take those arms over your head, breathing in. On the out breath, curling all the way back up again. Sitting and reaching. Breathing in. On the out breath, curling all the way back down. Curling and reaching. Push those arms straight. And breathing in and coming all the way back up again. Sitting up nice and tall. One more. Collapsing the back. Curl all the way around the ball. Draw the ball towards the feet. Take the arms over the head. Reaching. Breathing in. And out, and rolling all the way back up, taking those arms through the sky. Sit up nice and tall. Okay, turn yourself over onto your left hand side. Turning onto the left, so nice and straight. So you should be able to have both legs straight because your middle should be in between your 2 feet. So you should be able to, you might need the back leg, you might need one a bit bent or the other. But basically it's a triangle. Okay, fingers on the shoulders, rolling around and opening all the way down and then squeezing and lifting. Opening and squeezing and lifting. And focus on staying in the same plane. So your shoulders and your hips are in the same plane. Lifting up and down and open. And lifting up and down and open. And lifting up, and down and open, and lifting up, and down and open. Good, lifting, and open. 2 more. All the way up, and 1 more. And hold yourself so that your head is just up a bit. And bring that top arm all the way over, horizontal, and then all the way back. All the way over, reaching, and back. All the way over, back, and then reach and sit up. Good. So Sandra, I think you need the ball more at your waist, more by your waist, so you can lie on it a bit more. Okay, we're going to do one more. We're going to do another set on that side. I think Anki's changed, but everyone's still on the same side, aren't they? Okay, fingers on the shoulders, going down. Take both hands away to touch both hands together. Bring both hands back onto the shoulder and lifting back up. Going all the way down. Take both hands away if we can. Bring both hands in and lift. So Anki, you should have one foot in front of the other against that counter. Yeah, 1 foot against the, 1 foot in front. So my feet are about 1 metre apart. So going all the way down, hands away, bring those hands together and lifting back. So if that's too much, keep going if you want to keep going with your hands going over, otherwise just keep your hands on your shoulders and then squeeze and lift. Hands down on the shoulders, squeeze and lift. Hands down on the shoulders, reach if you want. If you don't want, just keep them on the shoulders and lift. Okay, back to centre. And turn around onto the other side. So my feet are about 1 metre apart against the sofa thing here. My legs are, in fact, both straight. If my back knee is bent, both feet are too far forward. If my front knee is bent, both feet are too far back. So move them around so that you create a triangle. Right, fingers on the shoulders. Easing all the way down, squeezing and lifting. So staying in that plane, easing down, squeeze and lift. So my feet are just flat against the vertical front edge of the sofa and lift. Easing down, squeeze and lift. Easing down, squeeze and lift. The ball is basically under my hip. And lift. One more, easing down, squeeze and lift. Easing down, hold myself to horizontal. Take that top arm, point it towards my toes, bring it over my head and reach. Bring it back, bring it over my head and reach. Bring it back, lift myself up, pointing my fingers towards my toes. Coming back down, bring that top arm over. Coming back up, pointing to my toes. Going down and reaching. Coming back, pointing to my toes. Going down and reaching. Coming back, pointing to my toes. Going down and reaching. Coming back, pointing my fingers to my toes. Okay, fingers on the shoulders. Go back down, so you can either leave the fingers here or take both hands, palms together and push away. Bring them back to the shoulders and lift up. Going down, hold the hands on the shoulders or push both palms together above the head. Back on the shoulders and lift. 3 more. Down, reach, back, lift. Down, reach, back, lift. 1 more. Reach, back, lift. And swivel round to face the front again. Okay, sitting on the front edge of the ball. Push your legs a bit straight and we'll just stretch out that back. So reaching down towards those feet, rolling ourselves down, 1 hand on each foot. And I can straighten my right leg a bit, straighten my left leg. Just rock the ball from right and left. And I can roll my body over to my head, keep the ball still and take my head over to the right leg. And then I can take my head over to the left leg and I feel the stretch change in my back a little bit. Loosen my head and neck. Okay, hands on the thighs, roll yourself back up. Sitting onto the top of the ball, pushing the ball back, tucking it under. Pushing the ball back, tucking it under. Pushing it back, tuck it under, side to side, just loosening up. Right, hop up and we're going to go on our hip, on our tummy on the ball. Still using the counter though, still putting the feet against a wall or counter or what have you. So I rest the ball, wow, an amazing sky out there. I rest the ball against my hip, under my pelvis. My bum, my glutes are engaged. Feet are again about 1 metre off the wall. So roll myself down, put those hands on the floor in front of me. So I've rolled over the ball, let my head hang, feet are against the wall. Find the balance point so that you don't fall forward. So first of all, bring your body to horizontal off the floor. Second thing, take those hands apart and squeeze the shoulder blades together, pulling those hands, the back of the hands to the sky. Bring those hands back together. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze and lift. Breathing in and lower. Breathe out, squeeze and lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out, squeeze and lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out, squeeze and lift. Hold the arms here. Lower the body down. Squeeze the bum, lift the body up. Lower the body down. Squeeze with the bum and lift the body up. Keep those hands higher than your head. Lower the body down. Squeeze and lift up. Lower the torso down, keeping the hands up. Squeeze and lift. Hold yourself horizontal. So I'm a straight line from the back of my head to the back of my heels. Bring those hands back together in front of me. Squeeze them and lift my body up a bit higher. Bring my hands back together in front, keeping horizontal here. Horizontal is the resting point. The exercise is an extension of the front of the body. And then come in. So we're flexing those shoulders, pulling them together, pulling the back, curling the back. Breathing in, breathe out, open that chest, pulling those shoulders back, lifting the head up higher and ease. Clenching with the bum and release. Trying to do the bend, the clench of the bum, pushing into the pubic bone into the ball and an opening of the chest. Okay, 2 more. Lift and ease. 1 more. Lift and ease. Okay, pop those hands on the floor. Let the body hang over the ball and just stretch that back. Okay, walk your hands forwards a bit. So I've only moved a few inches, just taken my feet away from the wall. Hands are on the floor. Roll those shoulders back. But my body weight is in through the ball. Okay, breathing in. On the out breath, clench with the bum and lift that right leg up high. Ease and lower. Clench with the bum and lift the left leg high. Ease and lower. Clench with the bum and lift that right leg high and lower. Clench with the bum, lift the left leg and lower. Clench with the bum, lift the right leg, hold the right leg here. Lower the right leg down, touch the floor, lift that right leg back up. Lower that right leg down, squeeze with the bum, lift back up. Lower, down, squeeze and lift. So the weight of my body is through the ball. Lowering down, squeeze and lift. So this is the same exercise we did yesterday, lowering down, but it's a lot less load on your wrists and on your knees. That's it, lowering, squeeze and lift. Hold that right leg, bend that right knee. Push that right leg high, lifting and back to horizontal. Squeeze and lift, back to horizontal. 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 Straighten that leg out, lower it to the ground. Other leg, clench with the bum, lift, touch the toe on the floor. Clench and lift. Touch the toe on the floor. Clench and lift. Touch the toe on the floor. Clench and lift. Touch the toe on the floor. Clench and lift. Touch the toe down. Clench and lift. Touch the toe down. Clench and lift. Hold it at horizontal. Bend the knee. Pushing up. Back to horizontal. Up and ease. 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 Up. Ease, up, ease, 1 more, up, ease, lengthen that leg, lower it down. Lower the body over the ball and release that back. Okay, sliding the hands forward, so we're horizontal. Lengthen those legs so your heels are, point your toes so your heels are in a Straight line from your bum, from your head. Good, okay, find the balance point. Should again be quite gentle under your hands. So make sure it's not much weight on my shoulders and my hands. So make sure I've got the ball under my middle. You might be a bit far forward, Roz, and Sarah may be a bit far forward. Get more of your tummy under the ball. Okay, I'm going to bend my elbows. My hands are probably going to slide on the floor. Bend my elbows and lower my head down, lift my feet up and ease down. Good, so the seesaw thing. Bend the elbows, legs up and lower back. Bend the elbows and lifting up and back. I can't do that, my hands are sliding on the floor. Bend and lift and up. Good, bend and lift and up. So you're doing a seesaw. Yep. Yep. Nice long body. Stretch those bodies long. Push those heels, clench the bum, tighten the thighs. Tighten the thighs so your knees are off the ball. Yeah, get the ball back under your hip a bit more, Anki, that's better. Perfect. One more. Good. Well done. And then release and hang over the ball and just stretch that back. Rocking the ball forwards and backwards so we're just gapping and opening up our spine. Good, roll back onto your knees on the floor. Hop up off the ball. And we are going to lie on our back on the floor with our feet on the ball. Lie on the back on the floor, feet on the ball. Rightio, so popping the feet up on the ball, lying on our back like this on the floor. So rolling the shoulders up to the ears into the spine, pulling them down, pushing those fingers down towards the ball, resting those feet on top of it. Bring the ball in towards our bum and then push it away. Bringing it into the bum, pushing away. So just bending the knees, bending those glutes. Pull it in. Ease off. Pull it in, hold it here. Hold onto your knees if you like, and you can just lift that tailbone up off the ground, pushing the soles of the feet into the floor. So we're just loosening the lower back, loosening and lift, loosen and lift. Now put those arms on the floor, roll the shoulders into the ground, lengthen the head and neck. Make sure the ribs are all in contact with the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, push the soles of the feet into the ball and lift up onto your feet. Lifting those hips up high. And then easing that back all the way back down to the ground again. Breathing in. On the out breath, peeling all the way back up. On the in breath, lowering all the way back down. On the out breath, lifting all the way up. On the in breath, lowering all the way back down. On the out breath, lifting all the way up. Hold yourself here. Breathing in. Breathing out, straighten those legs. Bring those legs back. Straighten those legs. Bring those legs back. Straighten those legs. Keep those hips up high. Roll the ball under the right leg and lift the left leg off the ball. Legs are straight. Legs are straight. Left leg down. Roll the ball over to the other side and lift the right leg up. Legs are straight. Good. Bring that leg back down. Draw the ball back into the bottom. Bend the knees. Lower that back down onto the floor. Flatten that back, roll the shoulders into the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, lifting that back up off the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, straighten those legs out away. Good. Lifting that right leg up off the ball. Taking that right leg down. Lifting that left leg up off the ball. Taking that leg down. Pulling the ball back into your bottom. Lowering your back down to the floor. All the way back down, good. Bring those knees in. Just let that tailbone lift a little bit, get a bit looser. Okay, one more of those little circuits. So feet are flat on the ball, knees are over my tummy button. Breathing in, roll the shoulders into the floor, slide the fingers down towards the ball. Breathe out, lift that bum up off the ground. So I'm trying to get my pelvis in line with my hip, knees and my chin. Straighten my legs out. Lift that left leg high. Good, lower that left leg down. Lift that right leg high. Lower that right leg down. Centralize the ball again. Pull the ball into your bum again. Keep your hips high as the ball comes in. Good. And then lower the back to the floor. Well done. Okay. Put the ball between your feet. So I've got one foot either side of it. Knees are bent. Roll the shoulders into the floor. Lengthen my head away from my tailbone. Slide my fingers down towards my feet. Keeping the lower back slightly lifted. Breathing in on the out breath. Lift that ball up off the floor, keeping it between my feet. Touch that ball down on the floor. Lift that ball up. Lower that ball down. Lift that ball up. Lower it down. Lift it up, keeping it there. Lift the bum up off the ground. Lift and release. 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 Hold yourself in neutral spine. Lower the ball to the left. Lower the ball to the right. And slide your arms away from your side a little bit if you want more stability. Lower to the left. Lower to the right. Lower to the left. Then to the right. Back to centre. And pop the ball on the ground. Okay, take your legs over the top of the ball. And reaching forward, see if you can hold onto the ball between your bum and your feet. And then ease it down. Squeezing, so lifting the tailbone up and touching on the floor. This ball doesn't want to stay. Lifting and then touching down. Lifting and then touching down. Two more. Lifting, touching down, lifting, touching down. Good. Lengthen that ball away from you. Legs straight, feet on the top of it. The further the ball is from you, the easier this will be. Arms over your head, reaching those fingers away from the toes. Bring those fingers all out to the sky. Chin into the chest. And sit yourself up to vertical. Holding onto the back of the knees. Pull yourself up. Hold it, or I'm holding the back of my ankles. Pull up onto my seat bones. Pull up onto my seat bones. Pulling my shoulder blades back. And then easing and releasing back down. Arms over the head. So you might have to have a bit of a swing at it. Chin into the chest. Rolling yourself up. Rolling yourself up. So Sarah, just try to push yourself. Yeah, well done, well done. Good, awesome. Okay, hold the back of the legs and pull up, try to pull up onto your seat bone. So we're closing this gap down. So we're closing that gap down and getting that neutral spine. Yeah, got our feet up high. Good. Breathing in and out. Okay, take your feet off the ball in this sitting position. Take hold of the ball. Rest it on your knees. Leaning back. So we're in that same position. We've just got the body higher and we've got our knees bent. Touching the ball on the floor on the left. Bringing it all the way up, touch it on the floor on the right. Imagine you've got that skewer through the top of your head, through your breastbone, and out through your tailbone. Down to the left, all the way up, down to the right. All the way over, down to the left. All the way over, down to the right. Rest the ball on the floor on the right. Put your left hand on the top of it, your right hand behind you. Roll that ball away. Bring the ball back. Push off the right hand. Roll that ball away, stretching that body, turning it. Bringing it back. Push that left hand away and bring it back. Take hold of the ball. Bring it all the way around to the left side. Put your right hand on the top, left hand on the floor behind. Push that ball away with that right hand, pushing off the left hand so you get more stretch, more rotation. Easing with the right hand. Push with that right hand away, get more stretch and turn. Ease that ball back. Push with that ball away on the right hand, pushing off my left hand, getting a bit more turn. Ease it back. Take hold of the ball, bring it back, put it between your legs, put your legs out straight. Sitting on your seat bones, hands on the top, roll that ball forward. Feel that stretch in those inner thighs, pushing the ball away a bit. Roll the ball over to the left. Put my left hand on my left leg. Right hand's on the top of the ball, and I feel the stretch all the way down my right hand side. Good. Bring the ball back to the center. Put my left hand on the top, right hand on the right leg. Rolling the ball over towards that right leg. Feel the stretch all the way down my left side. Bring the ball back to center. Put the hands on the front of it. Push that ball away. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Sit myself back up to tall. Bring my feet in together. Rest the ball on my legs. Put the hands on the floor behind. Push up onto that middle bottom. Take those hands out all the way wide. Put those palms together, reaching them up into the sky. Bringing those hands back to get back out wide. Resting them on your thighs and rolling your shoulders. Well done. A few alterations.